It's time to face the facts. AI does some powerful and crazy stuff. We've already showed you how AI can be used to create t-shirt designs, write product descriptions and titles, whether it's legal or not. So, of course, the next logical step would be to see if AI can create us some mock-up photos. We're gonna see what the AI platform Midjourney can give us for a couple of our bestsellers. Okay, so our goal is to take a look at some of the items in our catalog and plug that into our AI generators, which we'll be using Midjourney and a little bit of Dall-E today to see if we can get as close to the items in our catalog as possible. So right now we're using Midjourney here specifically, but we're gonna hop over to Dall-E. But like any image generator, it all starts with the prompt or the idea that you want it to create. So with Midjourney, the way to do that is to put a / and write the word imagine. And as soon as you do that, you get a little prompt box beside it. And that is where you will put your idea. To find out that the idea that we want this AI to give us, we're gonna hop over to our catalog and we're gonna pick out this Bella and Canvas 3001 t-shirt and see what the AI is gonna do with that. So let's hop back to Midjourney. And in our prompt, I'm gonna put plain white Bella and Canvas 3001 add t-shirt and see what comes back with that. Now Midjourney does take a little bit of time to cook that up, so while that's happening, we're gonna take a look at what Dall-E did with that same exact prompt. So on Dall-E, well, we definitely got t-shirts back, so that's good, but it interpreted the t-shirt type, as in the Bella and Canvas, as the text that should go on it. So we have a bunch of t-shirts that say Bella on them, but obviously not what we're looking for. So this is a very important reminder that specificity is key. But back in Midjourney, our image has finished up. So these look a little bit more like mock-ups for sure. The t-shirts look really good, but as you can see, the actual people wearing these t-shirts kind of look a little fake, which makes sense. These are artificially generated people, of course. So yeah, we're on the right track, but I think we could do better. So why don't we try another prompt that is a little bit more specific, which is really the key, again, to using any AI. So the more specific you are, the better your images will turn out. And I'm gonna put in plain white Bella and Canvas t-shirt, okay? But this time, I'm going to add the words mockup photo. Okay, I think I'm happy with that for now. So while that's loading, I actually fed this to Dall-E earlier as well to see what it did for us. We're seeing some improvements here. The t-shirts do look a little bit better than before, but they still look a little fake. You know, they don't look anything like the Bella and Canvas one that we have in our catalog. They actually look a little bit starchy, a little bit thin. So again, not really great, but it is a lot better just by giving it a better prompt. Back in Midjourney, which is just finishing up now, okay, so despite the fact that here, our models still look a little fake, to be honest with you, but these bottom images are actually half decent when it comes to these staged mock-ups, all right? We've got some great backdrops behind them. We've got some great accenting items here. You can see some shoes, some glasses, which is what you would be doing if you were creating a mock-up by yourself anyway, but they could be a little bit better, right? The t-shirts are kind of ruffled. I don't know why the AI made that choice, but I gotta say, I'm not minding these model pictures either. So why don't we keep experimenting here and see if we can get a little bit better. But instead of using our t-shirt model type, let's keep the prompt a little bit more generic and this time only use, how about plain white, a jersey short sleeve tee. I think that'll work. So I'm gonna put in plain white, unisex, jersey, short sleeve tee. Oh, interesting. This time we actually have a male model who still looks a little fake, admittedly, but the t-shirt itself isn't half bad, okay? We're getting some odd wrinkly shapes as before, which I saw in Dall-E as well, but as you can see, it's improving, and that's just with the changes that we've made to our prompt. And remember, these AI systems, they're machine learning programs, so the more that you put in, the more that they will gather from what you're after and just constantly improve. But again, that's just changes to the prompt and what you've already created previously. So let's try a different variation of this prompt once again. But this time, I'm gonna give it an even more specific direction for how I want my products staged. So once again, I'll put in plain white, unisex, jersey short sleeve tee. But this time, I'm gonna add in that I want it on, let's say, a soft red background. And I'm also gonna use the word mockup photo because I wanna be as specific as possible. And what you're noticing here is that I'm putting commas, and that's because I really wanna separate my ideas. Because Midjourney will use exactly what you put in, and there is a great margin of error if it kind of messes up your prompt. So these commas really tell it these separate ideas that you're giving it. So let's check back in with Dall-E and see what it's made of that same prompt. Now it did definitely give us what we asked for, but as you can tell, it's still not up to the kind of quality I'd expect from a mock-up photo. These t-shirts look a little out of focus. Some of the designs don't actually even look like Bella and Canvas t-shirts here. The sleeves are a little short on the third one. And interestingly enough, some of them actually have parts of the t-shirt cut off. So again, not a perfect way to generate images, but slowly improving for sure. Okay, so now we've got these images coming back from Midjourney, and as you can see, there's way more definition in these images, which is great. We're sort of getting a very real 3D element to them, which is kind of nice. This soft red background looks absolutely amazing. And the generator actually, for some reason, it's odd, keeps giving it this ruffled look, but it's also giving us a bit more staging. I mean, here we see one of the t-shirts is on a hanger, which is also lovely. I think that's kind of a nice touch in this fourth image, which already kind of starts to feel way more like a proper mock-up photo. And I love here that there's this plant element, which we got in the second photo, which I think is a nice touch. So it's getting better, obviously. We're seeing the generator continue to make progress, but let's try one last prompt here, okay? And this time, we're gonna tell the generator that we'd like a young adult male model wearing a plain white unisex jersey short sleeve tee. And again, comma, put it on a soft red background, and of course, tell it that we want a mock-up photo. So let's let that cook up. And I put this image, obviously, this prompt in Dall-E before, and these are the images that I got back. So once again, not bad, getting better, but of course, our models still don't feel real. In fact, the texture on some of these pictures kind of remind me of a painting. You know, you're kind of getting that lacquered look. But these two middle images are actually pretty good, but we're still seeing parts of the mock-ups being cut off, which again, I think is kind of weird, but it's still putting the t-shirt as the priority. So not bad, getting there. Back in Midjourney, oh wow, all right. These are way better than our first few prompts. We're still getting a little bit of some weird facial expressions from our models, especially on this second guy here. But the first and the last one, I think, are actually pretty great. They're the ones that showcase the actual shirt the best. They aren't ruffled, which is great, and the shirts themselves look pretty crisp and clean. So not bad at all. So now that I'm starting to see the types of images that I like, I'm going to get Midjourney to give me more of the same. And that's where we get down to these U and V buttons at the bottom of this grid that Midjourney has given us. Now the U option is to tell Midjourney that we would like an upscaled version of the image that we have. This is just a higher quality image, and depending on the one that you want, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can choose which one that you'd like upscaled. Now these V buttons will tell Midjourney to give us variations or more versions of the particular image that we like the most. So I'm going to go ahead and hit V1 because I want to see more versions of this first image. And as you can see, as soon as I start to hit it, Midjourney will immediately start working on more of those options. So there's that first one. Midjourney is immediately starting to work on it. It's taking a little bit of time. But what I like about this is that as soon as you tell it to give you a variation, you can kind of see the AI generator thinking in real time. Like these are sort of like sketches or paintings or drawings. So it's like you're watching it think. I think it's almost, yes, you're right. Yeah, it's the same male model in the same pose, similar expressions, even though he still looks a little fake. But the shirts themselves actually look way better. And it's odd. One thing I've noticed is this model has got different hairstyles. I'm trying to figure out the differences of each one, but there's still some variations even in this variation. So even though we asked for similar versions of our original image, the generator still gives you a bit of nuance to work with here. But let's say that I found the image that I like on this grid. And I gotta be honest with you, if I had to choose, I quite like the second one. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So let's ask Midjourney to give us a high quality version of that second one, which, if you remember, is going to be our U values here. So U2 is the one that we're gonna go for because we want our second picture. And as soon as I click that, it's gonna start cooking that up. Okay, and there we have it, a higher scale version of that second image. And honestly, this mockup looks pretty good. I mean, I kind of like this upscale version way better. It's super crisp. The model looks way more defined. The t-shirt looks lovely, but there's still some telltale signs that this isn't exactly real. Like the arms look a little off here. And if you can see, there's a little glitch in this right hand with his finger sticking out. But other than that, it actually looks pretty sharp, I'm not gonna lie. But let's say we wanted to try another item entirely. We've been working a lot with t-shirts, but say I wanted to find something a little bit different. And how about this time we try a mug? Yeah. So we're gonna find something like our ceramic mug looks pretty good, and we're gonna choose this 11-ounce one. I'm gonna start with just giving it basic details. So starting with that Imagine prompt, and we're just gonna put in ceramic mug, 11 ounces, and of course, tell it that we want it just plain white and that it is a mock-up photo. So I've given it some basic details. Now, while it's doing that, I've cooked this up in Dall-E as well. As you can see, it's done a way better job than it was doing with the t-shirts before. These mugs actually look pretty real, and the staging is pretty nice. The colors are great, even though it's pure white, it looks crisp. But when I compare it to Midjourney, the results are out of this world. In Midjourney, these are spectacular. The mugs, even though they don't quite match with what's happening in our catalog, they still look pretty great. Check out the staging in each of these photos. I mean, you have something more natural, more plain. These are very model, and each of these backdrops just make our mugs shine. So the question now is, can we get a prompt that can get these images closer to that real photograph in our catalog? So let's try another prompt and see what happens. So this time, we are going to put in the same thing, ceramic mug, 11 ounces, plain white. I feel like I want to give it a specific staging prompt. So I'm gonna try to see if we can put this in a kitchen setting. And of course, tell it that we want it as a mock-up photo. But what I'm also gonna do is give it a parameter. Now this tells Midjourney specifically what you're looking for and what you're not looking for. So I'm gonna try this parameter called V5, which is telling Midjourney that we want the latest version of the bot itself, of this Midjourney itself, to cook us up an image. So we're gonna specify that. So usually how you can do that is just put a hyphen, then put your parameter. Okay, here we go. So let's take a look at these guys. Now, even though once again, the backdrops are lovely, it gave us the kitchen setting, it looks far better than the one in Dall-E, none of these actually, once again, still match the ones in our catalog, but they still look pretty great. But if I had to choose the one that looks closest to that Printify mug, I think this second one is actually our best option. So why don't we get some variations of that and see what we can get? So let's go back and see if we can choose the V2 option and see if that gives us something that resembles a mug closer to the one in our catalog. So let's take a look at these, and I'm already starting to see that these mugs look a lot better. The variation that I chose is pretty great. And I'm actually kind of torn because it looks kind of close, but as you can see, the handles on each of these ones are off, which is, again, we're getting there, it's not perfect. But I'm actually kind of torn between these first two images, and I think that even though it's the handle that's really giving it away, the handle on our original mug looks a bit thicker. So like I said before, if you want, you can keep going down the variation hole and rabbit hole and just trying to get as close to that original image as possible, but why don't we try something completely different? Because I still want to play around with one more prompt and another bestseller, and this time, oh, perfect, I am going to choose the phone case. All right. I think this is great. The tough phone case, the casemate. So in Midjourney this time, I'm going to try to be as specific as possible. So let's start with, again, imagine. And I'm going to put in plain white tough phone case, comma, I'm going to specify that it's the casemate, which is from our catalog. Right, there you go, the casemate one. Okay, and I'm going to ask for it to give us a glossy finish because I really want that. And also, I'm going to give it a style, the style of picture that I want back. So there's no confusion here. So what I will do is also add hyper realism. Okay, and tell Midjourney that's what I want. And I'm going to add in another parameter this time. Okay, so I'm going to do hyphen hyphen. I'm going to put V5, of course. But this time my extra parameter will be no plants. I don't want any plants in my mockup photos, and this is an example of a type of parameter that you can give it. But of course, we're also going to add in that V5 because I kind of really liked what it did with those previous mockup photos. So hyphen hyphen V5. I'm happy with that. Let's give it to Midjourney. Now, of course, I did the same thing in Dall-E, but of course, I left out the parameter because this is a completely different image generator, and here are the images that I got back. Now, these ones aren't bad. Some of them still cut out parts of the phone case, which is annoying. I don't know why Dall-E keeps doing that. But these ones, interestingly enough, once again, do not match the ones in our catalog, even though they do look like pretty realistic phone cases, which is a plus. And I think it's that camera that's different there. But let's head back to Midjourney and see how it did with that. Okay, so like we told it to, we didn't get any plants, but we got some hands holding our phone cases outside, which is fun. And again, even though they're pretty good, they still don't match our original phone case from our catalog. And I think it's, again, the camera. You got to specify the type of phone that you're using, which I wish I should have done in the prompt. But this staging here is pretty good. Outside, the lighting is good. This one doesn't even have a hand. I like that it's on the street. And even though the staging is dynamic, it's not distracting us from the product itself, which is the phone case, which comes out pretty great here. So again, a little bit more specificity would have improved this a lot. I've created a bunch of mockups, as you can tell, and we've already gone through about 7 or 8 versions ourselves. And here's one that I was trying before that we didn't try. These are the new stemless wine glasses in our catalog, and look how pretty that is. So this took a little bit of work for me to get there, but it just goes to show you if you play around a little bit, you can get stunning images just like this. Every new prompt will get you different pictures, but you can build off of variations that you like to get an image closer to what you actually want. Now, you'll get the best results by writing clear and specific prompts. And in Midjourney, you can see all my grids, upscales, and favorites, and save any images from there. Now, the free version gives you non-commercial usage, which is important. But with that basic plan of $10 a month, these images can be used commercially. So if you're already paying for another mockup service and you actually end up liking this AI, using Midjourney or Dall-E might be worth your subscription. Look, personally, I still believe that ordering samples and creating your own mockup photos is the best route to go. But I'm honestly amazed and kind of excited about some of the results that we got. Look, they're definitely not perfect, but we got some really cool images and even just inspiration for how we could create our own custom mockups. But what did you think? Were these mockups worthy of your store? Let us know. And for more stuff like this video and subscribe to Printify.